Hi and welcome to my channel. So I've got news. Depending on whether you're in the UK or you're in Australia, this may be good or bad news. Because look, Australians are here to steal UK workers. You heard that right. Because as I'm recording this video right now, as you're watching this, there is a delegation in the UK from Australia to recruit a whopping 31,000 UK workers and take them over to Australia. So if you're somebody who is considering Australia, you want to get down under, then look, this video is 100% for you. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And look, I'm going to be telling you in this video which jobs are they actually looking for, what is the process, what exactly is going on, and the whole shebang. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, look, you 100% want to hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on your notification button so you're the first person to be notified when I drop a new video on here every single day. And yes, I do drop a video here on YouTube every single day at 10 a.m. UK time. Look, because I'm on a mission to make sure that you're updated with the best opportunities that there are in the UK. But once in a while, if I find an amazing opportunity in another country, such as this one, for Australia, then obviously, look, I'm going to be bringing it to you so that you've got that info that you need, that you deserve to make those informed choices, informed decisions, and make sure that you never miss an amazing opportunity. So if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, then I can send the juiciest information directly to your inbox. Also, if you've got a personal question they want to ask me and you're thinking, oh my goodness, Melvis, what about this? What about that? And you don't want to use the comment section below, again, you can use my newsletter. Because look, I'm all about career progression in the UK, visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK, how to progress in your career as a nurse, as a carer, as a student nurse, as somebody who is in the UK, keen on that career progression. Look, you want to check the about section of this YouTube channel because you're going to see a link to my private coaching program. And you can, by all means, if you need my support, with any of these things that I've mentioned, and you're going to see what the program is really all about, then again, by all means, you are very welcome. And I'm looking forward to the opportunity, obviously, to work with your humble self. So let's get started. Yes, Australians are here to steal British workers. And look, I'm going to say, you Australians, if you're watching this video right now, hands off, because yes, the UK needs all these people. Look, before I even get started, let me put a little bit of context here because it's really needed for this particular thing. So, as you know, Britain, obviously the UK, voted to leave the European Union a few years ago. They were struggling. Eventually, Boris Johnson succeeded to get the country to officially and formally leave the EU. And then something interesting happened. The first country that the UK signed a deal with was Australia. And I think this was in June of 2021. So Boris Johnson was the then British Prime Minister, while I think Scott Morrison was the Australian Prime Minister. They met in Downing Street. Again, I think it was around the 14th of June, of 2021. And they signed this trade deal that said that, amongst many other things, obviously, the trade deal said, it also said that they were going to make the movement of people easy between Australia and the UK. But something very interesting happened. That deal was not going to start immediately. It was going to start in 2023. So if, like me, you're aware that we're now in 2023, it means that this is when it's taking effect, which means that from this year, 2023, it is now easier for people to move between the UK and Australia. And also, if you know, obviously, the history and your history, then you know that Australia is a Commonwealth country, which means that they only have a prime minister because ultimately, King Charles of England is their sovereign head of state, if you get what I mean. So Australia and the UK are kind of like cousins, when it comes to that relationship and when it comes to that bonding. So it wasn't really surprising that that was the first deal that is signed following Brexit. But what I was really fascinated about was the fact that, there was this movement of people. And what has happened now is that Australia has said, look, we need 500,000 people to work in our country. And now that the deal between Australia and the UK starts in 2023, Australia has organized a delegation, so a minister and other people are currently in the UK to recruit a whopping 31,000 people. And let me tell you what jobs they want. By the way, if you're enjoying this content, I want you to like the video. It lets me know that you're enjoying what we're talking about, and I should do more videos like this. But most importantly, you need to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification button, so you're the first to be notified when I'm dropping a new video on here every single day about all the juiciest information that is going to help you not only succeed, but you're going to excel, to progress, to thrive, and make those informed decisions. And look, I need implementation. I'm not here to waste my time. I don't want you wasting your own time, because look, time is more precious right now than money. So you need to leave a comment in the comment section and say, Melvis, I will implement this. And then, are you keen on Australia? Are you not keen? Are you a UK person? Like me, for example, I'm 100% UK, because what I like about the UK is that it just feels like home. You know what I mean? It just feels like home. You come to this country, you just feel at home. That's what I mean. And I don't think there's any other country that would give you that feeling like the UK. You feel like you're in your own home, even though obviously the pay in Australia is about 3 times higher than the pay in the UK. But to be honest, I think it's like Elon Musk, who is the founder and CEO of Tesla, PayPal, SpaceX, and a multitude of other successful companies. It's like him saying you should go to Mars, and he's gonna pay you £1 million a month to live in Mars alone. For me, going to Australia is the same thing. Yes, you're going to be earning £1 million per month, but actually, you just feel alone. You haven't really got your people there. You know what I mean? But in the UK, you can feel the vibes. You get in, you just feel like home, and it's just a different vibe. And also, one thing that I must tell you is that in Australia, they have what I called age discrimination. Yes, as far as I'm concerned, that is discrimination. Because if you're in Australia, or if you're going to Australia as an immigrant, if you're over the age of 50, they have quite a few visas that you would not be eligible for. And obviously, this is not the case with the UK. Because if you want to come to the UK and you're 200 years old, if you are applying for that visa and you're entitled and you've got the requirements, look, you will get the visa. And that's why the UK beats every other country when it comes to fairness, when it comes to respect for fellow human beings, when it comes to human rights, and when it comes to just treating people with such dignity without saying, oh, you're 50, we don't want you, like other countries do. So that's one thing you need to note about Australia. So if you're older, it's not going to be the place for you. But in terms of pay, the pay is absolutely amazing, far better than the UK. The weather in Australia also is absolutely chamaze balls, which is what obviously this delegation from Australia has been saying, that they need people from the UK because they're going to have better weather over in Australia. They're going to have the sun, sea, the combination, and, all of that. So something very interesting. And by the way, if you're part of my newsletter, I have sent this information out to you. So you should have seen that email. But if you didn't see it, then obviously I don't know, but I did send it out when that vacancy, from the Australian delegation was sent out, because I saw it and I shared it with people who are part of my newsletter. I didn't actually share it here on YouTube at the time. So again, if you saw, some people saw that and did, apply, which is absolutely fine. And the Australian delegation has actually said that they have had over 50,000 Brits have put in their interest. Over 50,000 people, but they are only hoping. In fact, originally, they said that they were only going to be looking for 31,000 people, which is massive. And what professions are they looking for? They're looking for nurses. As an advanced nurse practitioner myself, I'm like, really? Australia is going to take all the UK nurses back to Australia? I hope not, because look, we need more people here. And then they're looking for doctors, they're looking for plumbers, they're looking for electricians, they're looking for, police officers, they're looking for teachers, they're looking for pharmacists, those same professions that the UK is currently desperate to get, those same professions that are currently striking. The Australian delegation has said this is the perfect time for them to come to the UK and try to recruit these people, because they have heard about the strikes. As you know, teachers are currently striking in the UK, nurses are striking, doctors are striking. Literally everyone is on strike. So what a perfect time for people to come over, to take advantage of the situation and recruit all these people and take them over to their own country. So this is what the Australians have said. And I actually watched a press conference with one of the ministers in Australia before obviously they came to the UK, saying, we're going to get all these people over to us because we have better pay, which by all means, you know what I mean, I get where they're coming from. But the impact that this is going to have, is going to be massive, because what this means is that overseas recruitment is obviously going to increase, because if people live from the UK, for example, and they go over to Australia, we don't know how many people that's going to be, then obviously they will have to increase recruitment, better still retention of people within these particular professions. But one thing that you may be thinking about is, if Australia pays so well, why don't they have their own staff? That's a very good question if you've thought about that. Because look, Australia is very far away from home. It's very difficult, and many people don't stay there long term. Because the truth is that people go to Australia 1 year, 2 years, they work, and then they come back to the UK. I know so many people who've gone to Australia because they're homesick, they haven't got their own. They don't stay there forever. They always come back. And that's why, even though Australia pays so well, they still never have staff. In fact, they've said now that they desperately need 500,000 people. In fact, I did a video about this the other day. If you haven't seen that video, you want to check it out, because they have changed their visa laws, and kind of relaxed those rules so that they can get more people, not only workers, but actually international students. Because the idea is that you get international students to come in. While they are there studying, they're going to be working as well. And then upon successful completion of their course, you're also going to give them a temporary work visa. That's what Australia does. And then with a temporary work visa, they can stay and work in Australia. And look, they have doubled the time for the work visa and also increased the number of hours that international students can work in a week. So these two changes alone, they are hoping that it's going to help them have more people move over to Australia. Because look, the recent data has been published, and they've said that UK is now the highest country where people are moving to, and it's always been the most preferred country for most people. If you find out where people are trying to get to, the UK is the top destination in mind. And I think this is because it is just home away from home. It's one of those places you move to the UK and you're just like, oh my God, this is so gracious, it's so graceful. I'm loving it here. And I think that's why many of us have come to this beautiful country. We continue to live in this beautiful country. We take advantage of the opportunities in this beautiful country. And that's why, you see, I'm so passionate about career progression, because I also moved to the UK as an international student a few years ago, working as a carer in a nursing home. And then after studying nursing, I decided to just remain in this country to progress in my career, which I've done so beautifully over the last few years. And the love for the place only just increases, because I think it's just that respect that exists amongst people, and the fact that obviously the law is pretty strict, and that helps as well. So again, what do you think about all these changes? What do you think about the Australians stealing UK workers? Are you one of those that are going to be stolen? Are you keen on going to Australia? Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you don't want to be a stranger on here. You do want to hit subscribe, turn on the notification buttons. So you're the first person to be notified every single day, 10 a.m. UK time, when I drop a new video on here. Also, check the comment section below. You're going to see a link to my newsletter. By all means, feel free to join the newsletter. It's not even going to take you 30 seconds to join that newsletter. All you need to do is drop your name and email, and bang on, you're part of the newsletter. But if you need my support with career progression, obviously in the UK, I don't do any career progression for Australia, helping people move to Australia or any of that. No, I'm simply sharing this because I think it's a great opportunity to share with anybody who is interested in going to Australia, but it's not something that I support with, because when I shared my previous video, I had people saying, oh, Melvis, can you support me move to Australia? This and that, Australia. I'm like, no, thank you very much. I've never been to Australia. I have no interest checking out their, stuff, and no, not really. So my program is UK based only. So it's only for people that want to move to the UK, or only for people that are already in the UK. So it's UK based only, no other country. And that's why I'm super focused. So if you check the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to see Nursing Career Bootcamp, a link to that private coaching program. You can have a look and see what it's all about. The program is not free, but it's very affordable. I've made it such that anybody can afford it. It doesn't matter whether you're in the UK, you're out of the UK, you can comfortably afford the program. It's more about that commitment, so that, we get that tight group where you can just get to know everybody, where you can just get to support each other. Make sure that if you're a carer, for example, you're wanting to move to the UK, you've got the support you need. If you're already in the UK, as a carer, for example, and you're wanting to do more, to be more, to change, upgrade, into nursing or other things, you've got the support that you need and deserve. If you're a nurse and you're thinking about career progression, what are the pathways? How can you go about it? The CVs, the interview preparation, what is all of that about? If you are thinking of getting into healthcare, whether it's clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs, again, you're going to get that support. What are the best roles? What can you go for? Because there are so many highly paid healthcare positions, you know, it's about going through all of that information and seeing what is best for you, getting that tailored, personalized, and individualized support that you don't only need, but you rightfully do deserve. So that's what I'm all about. And that's why I'm really passionate about this career progression, because that is what is going to make you stay in this beautiful country, really feel worthwhile, and just feel like you definitely made the right decision. So that the Australians obviously don't come and steal you off, because that's why I'm talking about all of this. So you don't get stolen by the Australians. And so, what do you think, obviously, about this on a serious note? Again, if you're interested, obviously, they're going to be doing job fairs all over the UK. They've got in Bristol, they've got London, they've got in Dublin. It's just up to you. If you're keen on meeting up with the Australian delegation, just check where they're going to be going next and check out what they're about and what they're offering. Because like they've said, over 50,000 Brits have expressed their interest. So again, thank you for watching the video. Keep watching the videos. Leave any comments in the comment section. Share with anybody that's going to be interested in this information. I appreciate your time, and obviously I'll see you in the next video. Do have a very, very beautiful day today. Thank you. Nurse Melvis here. Thanks for watching, and keep watching the videos.